of they've got a lot of subscribers, but a lot of them are free subscribers. They've done via free trial and etc. So really their business model is to make money off of shout outs, not off of subs and content.
Bad bees.
Okay guys, welcome to the most comprehensive OnlyFans tutorial on the internet right now, whether you're getting started or whether you've been started and it's not working. Okay, so today we are talking about, finally, episode 10, promotions. This is going to be a very long episode and I'm going to fill it with content. It's not going to be like the other ones you see where they name random sites. Right, so what are we going to talk about today? Let me get my list up. So today we are going to talk about social media, your social media promotion. We are going to talk about shout outs and drops, leeching, paid promos, X-rated sites, dating sites, and other sites people have used. Every site I mention and every platform is proven and tested to get you fans if you use it right. Okay, every social media app has to be handled differently. And from the past episodes I've shown you, that if you set up your posts before and schedule properly, if you set up your content properly, you can handle the main ones quite easily, which leaves you a lot of time to concentrate on the other things in this video. So let's set up TikTok. Learn how to use TikTok. Just go on TikTok 20 minutes a day, learn how it's used, because people use it differently to other platforms. Be fun, interesting, a little bit naughty. Link from your in your bio to your Instagram and people will come. Twitter you should use for shout outs, for drops, for leeching, for your normal posts, for your teaser posts. And make sure to use keywords, not hashtags. So basically hashtags without the hash. That's Twitter. Insta, again, you can do your shout outs. You can do your normal posts, 30-second teaser posts on there as well. Make sure you're doing your stories. Twitter as well, do your daily stories. And use the hashtags. With your daily stories, remember you can post them to Snapchat. That leads me on to Snapchat. So when you do your Snapchat story. Doesn't have to be dirty. People want to see how you live in everyday life. And remember, a lot of the time I say only give out your Snapchat once they are subbed. So that is just to create a bond to you and make sure they're looking at you on another platform. So people will see your Snapchat story. If not, they may not have Snapchat, put it on Twitter. If they don't have Twitter, you also put it on Insta. And you also put it on your Onlyfans, so they feel like you are active every day. That's the same piece of content on 4 platforms. Right, Reddit, probably the hardest to get a handle of because not a lot of you are familiar with Reddit teaser posts. Find the right places to post. Big ones, also small ones. I told you about Reddit list in a past episode. Right, try and be creative with your posts. Make sure you stick to the brief of the subreddit you are posting in. So if it says down blouse, or if it says cute as hell but clothed, make sure you are showing yourself down blouse, or make sure you are clothed. Right, so that's Reddit. So next, something else that you're going to really need to understand of the Twitter platform is shout outs and drops. I'm going to post to a video that talks about Twitter game trains. I'm also going to talk to you about Telegram groups. From your Twitter, you're going to find Telegram groups. And in these Telegram groups, you're going to find these groups are basically full of creators that of varying degrees, so they will be matched with your subscribers and your fans, and you basically post each other, or you shout out. There's some for paid promo as well. You basically get invited to them by networking. So the more time you have scheduled and all your posts scheduled, the more time you're going to have for networking. Right, what I'll talk about in terms of leeching, this is when you see on Twitter and Instagram mainly, I'd say, when you see interaction with followers from another creator, the best way you can go about sort of interacting with their fans is to go to their likes or go to their comments, see the people with accounts that have left comments or liked their things, go onto their accounts, follow them, like their posts, so they know that you exist. Okay, this may raise a few eyebrows because you are sort of using someone else's fans and they may not like that, but this happens all the time in business. There might be a larger creator and you are just providing more engagement than they can as a smaller creator. You're working hard for it. It's not easy. So I don't really see it as that negative. What I see is really bad, and what is considered really bad form, I'm probably going to show you an example here, is leaving your post under someone else's post. Right, and now the difference between leeching and something as sort of something like that, posting on someone else's post, is in the first example, in leeching, you're actually working for it. Okay, you still have to engage and interact with this person and bring them to your platform. So you're using their platform to find people, but what you do with posting underneath someone else's picture is you literally piggyback off their content to lead people to your content, which I think is just bad form. And it shows, if a creator creates 500 upvotes or 10,000 retweets and you just post your link underneath it and you divert people away that way, you haven't worked for it. You're literally piggybacking. You're going to get a very bad rep. And generally in the SW community, people are very connected, they're very tight, they're very cool with each other. In terms of business, they're much more willing to work with each other. So for you to do something like that, you're just a bit of a prick. Okay, another example is X-rated sites, right? I am going to create an Excel sheet full of sites available to download in my Google Drive below. You basically know what sites I'm talking about, okay? As well as you should be posting teasers on there, either blurred out or stickers on it, or just enough to get people excited on these X-rated sites if you're doing X-rated content. You should also be posting comments, okay, under other videos. You should also be liking other people's accounts and adding them, just so they get to know you. Again, if you've scheduled all your posts, you schedule part of this into your day when you're doing this, right? When you're going to spend 20 minutes just going onto certain websites and just looking for videos that are similar to your content, liking, commenting. Liking people's profiles, adding them, not liking. I mean, you can like the content as well. Nothing up with that. Okay, you've got a variety of ways you can ask for paid promotion, and they include either someone's going to come to you in your DMs and ask if you want to buy a promotion. You can go onto the Telegram groups where they have their paid promotion costs advertised. You can go to shoutoutexpress.com where people have them listed, or you can ask creators in your niche with their appearance yourselves. This last tactic is my favorite. Okay, let me explain a bit why. I think if people are using this page to already shout out, right, their fans and their subs are going to be a lot less reactive if they're doing it on a constant basis. Another problem is that those people, their business model may work on the fact of they've got a lot of subscribers, but a lot of them are free subscribers. They done by a free trial and etc. So really their business model is to make money off of shout outs, not off of subs and content. So I'd be very, very careful about who you pay for promo. Like I said, the favored tactic here, find someone in your niche, okay? Find someone that looks to have a good brand, good following, pay for their sub, check out their page, check out their engagement, then DM them, okay? Say, listen, can we collab? Or you can contact them on Twitter and say, can we not collab, but can I pay for promo? If you're paying for promo, make sure you're getting a 7-day pinned post or you're getting a DM, because people pin post, DM, or it's up for 7 days. Like, people are selling 24-hour shout outs, and that is useless. People don't check their OnlyFans every day. It's not social media. You're going to get browsed over, okay? You're not going to get anything. Also, if you're paying someone to promo, make sure you're doing it for your paid page, not your free page. But on your paid page, do a free trial link or do a discounted link. And when you're using a link, use the bit.ly.com that I mentioned in episode, all those where go in episode 3. What you can do with bit.ly, you can check the actual amount of people that click on that link, not their IP. We're not using IP logger. We're checking bit.ly, bit.ly. Create a link using that because you can check how much people are actually clicking on that link, so you can actually understand how much people viewed your page because of that, and whether you can use that creator again for paid promo, whether it paid off. And they're much more likely to subscribe if it's on discount for them or if it's on a free trial for them. And then obviously once they've subscribed for the free trial, you do incentives like a rebill incentive just to keep them on. And if they link to your paid page, you can say, hi there, you get another incentive if you can just subscribe to my free page as well. So you get them to your paid page, much easier to get them subscribed to your free page rather than you pay for promo for your free page. Doesn't make much sense unless that's your tactic to really make money for your free page. I'm not a big fan of drops, and I'm not a big fan of shout out for shout out. Why? Is if you look at how busy some of the free pages of these people are, yours will look like that as well. When someone comes to your free page, it really should be to incite them to follow you. And if they have to wade through all of these advertisements, then I don't know, it just doesn't seem right. These people do shout out for shout out and drops daily, 3 times a day, and it drives me nuts because people need to be able to see your stuff and they have to wade through all this stuff to get it. So I say be a bit picky when it comes to that. I'd say definitely do it because it does help. Subscribers will be gained from it, but on the whole, maybe because I have the luxury of paid promo, I'm saying that, but paid promo in my experience gets you a lot more, or right promotion gets you a lot more than shout out for shout out and drops will. They take up a lot of time and effort and just shower your feed with it. They work, but so does our overall presence and way. Again, if you want to see how well they work, try it. Use bit.ly link to see what you can sort of see your analytics from there, and you can see whether they're worth the time that you're putting in. When you do decide, you need to analyze likes, you need to analyze followers, and don't be shy to ask to see paying subscribers or who has rebuilt on before you make payment, because if you ask to see who has rebuilt on, you're really seeing what percentage of their subscribers are actually paying month on month for their content. Or you could ask to see their earnings. They might be offended or they might be insulted, but listen, I'm paying you something like £500 or £800. I want to see my money, what my money's going to do. So provide me some insight into your actual analytics and how much of your subs are really do have money and how much are the freeloaders. Yeah, so really be cautious of people who are trying to sell you promo, because they usually are spending a lot of the time in people's DMs trying to sell more promo, which means they're using their page as a real shout out page. Make sure the person you're going to really is not a shout out page spammer, so they do it like once a week or once a fortnight, because their fans are going to become less responsive. And this is why I feel like you should search the people out. Okay, and these can be expensive. Don't get me wrong. Like, people can pay 1,500, and people can pay 50. Okay, it depends on how large a follower is. I would say, remember to go to niche and appearance. Don't go to someone famous. I'm not going to name names because I don't want to damage their business, but people usually subscribe to like celebs and porn celebs and stuff like that because they like that person. They're not going to do it for anyone else. So be really smart in who you pay for promo. Got dating sites. Remember I said put your Insta or Twitter link in your bio. Swipe, swipe, swipe. Sort of create conversation. Put it in 20 minutes of your day to sort of talk to everybody. Anyone you get from that traffic you're happy with. You can also use bit.ly links there to see how well it's doing, whether it's worth 20 minutes of your day. Bit.ly can really be something that you use to see how well each platform is doing and how you can spend time on guiding your energy towards there. Finally, I'm going to link towards a few sites that people have had luck with. You've got sites like FetLife and UpPlus, which are going to be sort of picture sites. Your Omegle and Periscope are sites that people sort of do video content on there, or they do live content on there. Remember to turn your location settings off on Periscope. You do content, you sort of draw people in whilst you're talking towards your Onlyfans. This is very time incentive. If you're a gamer, Twitch, and if you're a gamer, use your name to your advantage. Tumblr is still popular apparently. Image boards, those of you that are familiar with image boards, use them. I mean, those of you that aren't, it's probably not worth trying to get familiar with them. YouTube is a big one. I've personally been linked to people's OnlyFans off YouTube. Like, you don't even have to do, I've seen some people do like pantyhose content on there and they've linked their OnlyFans. Yeah, anywhere you have clout to some extent can be used. Okay, if we go back on the OnlyFans, yeah, there's nothing there. Okay, that brings us to the end of this video. I hope that's been reflective.